Successful mean?
I think the best way to measure success is to measure the amount of joy that you are experiencing on your daily life. That's probably the best monitor, best way to monitorize, to find out how, if you are living most of the time in a state of joy, in a state of excitement and passion and gratitude and all those wonderful feelings of feeling alive and feeling vibrantly connected with your human friends and fellows and with nature and with what you're doing with your job, and this is keeping expanding. I think that's can be, then you can say that you are successful. The ordinary way of thinking success, it's I think now most of the people know that it's not a real success. But the ordinary way of thinking success is when you became somebody, which it's a peculiar expression because you already are somebody by default. You cannot not be somebody. Try. It's impossible. You already are somebody. But what they mean that you have been recognized as someone that is better than. Why? Because you have manipulated the situation in order to manifest into your life a certain amount of money, a certain amount of mundane recognition, or fame, or power. And that's the typical success as society pointed out, and it's an indoctrination that starts very early in our child. They tell us that that's success, and it's a good and interesting and also very powerful experience, because we by following those guidelines, we come to understand that that's not success. And so it's valuable in that way, because we experience success as they want us to believe, and then we realize, oh, that's not success. But so now I learned something, and so now I might direct my attention to something else.
Or on the other hand, some think, oh, I still didn't make it. I still am not as successful. They keep on, sort of searching, and they feel like a failure if they don't.
Yes, and this is still part of the following this never-ending process of being somebody, and there is always some more body that you have to become. Because it's never enough, because there's always somebody that is better than you, has more than you, who is more famous than you, has more money of you, has a bigger house, and so but it comes to the point, I think we already enter a stage in our human journey where this is becoming really obvious. It's really becoming obvious that that's not the way. What is not obvious just yet is what really is success. So this is a time where it's difficult because many of us are realizing that that's not success, because it kept me empty inside. But I don't know what success is, so I get lost and I get depressed, and then maybe I get into drugs and alcohol or suicidal thoughts, or I create a disease so I can check out because I'm lost and I'm scared and, and I don't know what to do. But as we progress into the journey, it's becoming more and more obvious also what success is, which is basically starting to look within yourself for finding the answer and not looking outside. You can capture some pieces of truth outside, but then you have to look within to really find your core. Because at this point we can say with a certain ease that most of the things that come from outside are not real. It's a deceptive, artificially created reality that doesn't really, it's not for our good, it's not benevolent. And so we need to unplug from that and possibly discharge our emotional connection with it. So neutralize ourselves, and then from that neutral place we can go into ourself where there is not polarity, there is not left and right, small and big, or good and bad. You find within your core that 0 point with that oneness, and from there you probably will be able to sort things out, and then you can apply it into life. And we have a lot of wonderful tools that can help us with that, nature being one, imagination, joy, and lovemaking, creativity in all kind of shape and forms, stillness, of course. Yeah.